Hey everyone, James Niggemeyer here. Thank you for tuning back into my YouTube channel. Happy New Year's. It's the first week of January, and probably some guys have some New Year's resolutions. We're going to talk about New Year's resolutions for 2024, and maybe you don't do New Year's resolutions again. Maybe you do goals. And I think those are both important things to do so that we can continually grow as people, grow as anglers, really kind of raise the bar for ourselves. So here we go. In 2023, I hired a coach, and he suggested that I put some of my goals down on paper. And I was like, well, I'm not a big goal setter. I kind of keep a loose set of ideas or things or a place in which I will aim at for whether it's just for fishing, whether, because I'm a competitive fisherman, I want to have some goals that I'll aim for. And I don't really do much more than have a set of, I want to make the Bassmaster Classic. I want to qualify for the championship, or I want to win a tournament, or have, 2 or 3 or 4 top tens, something like that. And so I have those kind of loosely in my head, and those don't change year to year. So those are something that I didn't really feel like writing them down would be a big deal. But he insisted that writing down your goals is an important thing, because you not only move them from your head to a place where you can look at them on a piece of paper, but something about physically writing them down, jotting them down and making a list and telling yourself, this is important to me, I'm going to write it down on a piece of paper, is a good practice to have. And since he was my coach, I did that. Another thing that I've learned as well, and I'm a big believer in this, is that if you have a goal, or if you have some sort of a resolution, that you share that with somebody. And something about the spoken word, once it leaves just your head and a thought, and you speak it out and you share it with somebody, there's something that happens that really changes it. It changes it from just an idea to something that you're actually putting out there you're actually hearing it yourself, someone else is hearing it, and then there's that accountability. When you share that idea, like when you share that goal or New Year's resolution with somebody else, you say, I am going to, aspire to drink more water on a daily basis, or what have you. When you share that with somebody else, they can check in with you and say, hey, how you doing on that? Did you drink your eight 16-ounce glasses of water, whatever it is? That's something that I actually want to do and have been moving more towards at the close of 2023. But that's just as an example. But having somebody that's accountable, that you can be accountable to, whether it's your mom or your dad, your wife or your kids or whoever, somebody that you can share that with, your best friend, whatever, share that, speak that out, say, here are the goals that I have, here are the New Year's resolutions that I have, to move it take it to the next level, move it another step in the right direction. I want to share some of the goals that I have, I don't know that I'd call them New Year's resolutions, but these are things that I just want to do and implement into my own life. As it pertains to fishing, I'm going to try to do more forward-facing sonar technology, live scope or active target type fishing, where I'm utilizing that forward-facing sonar to catch more fish. And that is something that, when that came onto the scene, I kind of just was like, I'm going to do my own thing. That'll be fine. But there's a lot that has changed our fishing industry. And if you're recreational fishing, I don't know that it matters as much, but it is a tool. And it's really changed competitive fishing, because now there are fish that really kind of were left alone, so to speak, because we had no real way to fish for them effectively. And now there's a whole group of fish out there that fishermen on the competitive angling side are now targeting. And so that's kind of opened the door. Guys can now catch fish in weights that weren't accessible to them. And so the average weights in events are increasing, because there's a whole group of anglers that are catching fish that really nobody really messed with or knew how to catch. And so as an angler, I'm wanting to challenge myself to grow in that area. And even though I don't fish like that, I'm a power fisherman. I'm a shallow ground and pound, heavy line, reaction baits, chatterbait style lures, square bills, frogs, flipping, pitching. That's kind of the way I like to fish. But I grew up on the West Coast in California and really kind of learned from the finesse side and grew into the power side. And it's just the way God wired me. I enjoy fishing more power type techniques than I do finesse, but it's not a big stretch for me to go back towards that. And when as it pertains to forward facing sonar, more of those finesse type techniques, lighter line type things, really work well in conjunction with forward facing sonar. So that's one goal or thing that I want to focus or increase my game. And I started to play with it. I've played with it in an increasing way, probably from the middle part of last year and a little bit in 2022 as well. And I'm just getting better and better and better at it. And it's like any skill, you really have to spend time with it in order to get better at it. The other thing that I want to do is I want to increase the amount that I lean on finesse style tactics. Last year I fished the Bassmaster EQs, which is the Bassmaster Open EQ Series, Elite Qualifier Series, and it was a 9-series event. After the midway point, I was doing okay, but really the second half was terrible. And what I've learned from that, something that I want to implement, is more finesse. And of course, like I said, I started on the West Coast. Going back to finesse isn't a big deal for me. It's something that I can implement. It's really not, it's not a stretch. I just need to go back and do more of that. And one of the reasons that I'm doing that is because there is 225 boats in some events, 225 pros, and we have an extended practice, 4.5 days of practice. So the fish know that they're being fished for. They know that they're being targeted. They can feel that pressure. I'm not saying that they're really that smart, but they're very, they're aware of their surroundings. They know what's going on. They're increased boat traffic, the presence of anglers on the water. That just makes it harder to catch them. The increased fishing pressure definitely makes you want to lean more towards finesse tactics, and that's what I'm going to try to implement in going into 2024. And last but definitely not least, I want to challenge myself spiritually. Earlier in 2023, I wanted to read through the Bible, and I'm still not done with it. And that's what I want to do, is continually read through the Bible. I'm on this program, and I think I've got like 20-something days left. I'd like to complete that out. But what I really want to do is go deeper in my relationship with Jesus. Greater times of prayer, greater times of reading His Word, and getting together with other men of God so that I can really grow as a Christian. So those are some of the goals that I have for 2023. And, I'm curious what you guys have. What kind of goals do you have? Maybe you want to catch your personal best. Maybe you want to go to one of the hottest lakes in the country, or in your state, wherever in the country. It might be OHIV if you're a Texan. Please give me a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below. Again, I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. Love to hear some of your goals, some of your resolutions. And also, if you haven't already subscribed, I know a lot of guys that watch the video aren't subscribed. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. That's really the best thing you could do to help grow the channel. I certainly appreciate each and every one of you, and I want to wish you all again a happy new year. And until next time, thanks for watching, and good fishing.